Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Seth Moulton of Massachusetts. Do you expect an actual change on the ground with Tom Homan here?
Not really. I mean, and it's important to say that there might be a sense of relief in that this, wannabe Nazi thug in the head of the CBP, Bovino, is gone. But the administration just continues to normalize this, and we don't realize. I mean, so they're bringing in a guy who took a $50,000 cash bribe before getting his job, and that's supposed to make things better. I mean, this administration is corrupt full and through, and what I've heard on the ground, what I've seen on the ground today, is that the violence is probably going to continue.
I mean, have you ever seen a situation in the United States with these masked guys running around? It seems with total impunity. I mean, it seems like there's no, and also a hostility. I mean, I understand they feel under siege because people are blowing whistles and that whatever, that's uncomfortable and being videotaped. But they are supposedly trained law enforcement personnel and should be able to deal with, citizens yelling at them. This happens all the time.
Anderson, this is what we defeated in Iraq. For right or wrong, this is what American troops, who, by the way, none of us were wearing masks. We weren't afraid. This is what we defeated. State-sponsored terrorists, in this case under Saddam Hussein. That's where I expected to see this. I never expected to see it on the streets of an American city.
And yet it seems, I'm surprised more people are not outraged by it. And maybe it's because it hasn't happened on their block and they haven't been pushed down or cursed out by some guy in a mask who has a badge and a gun.
Well, that's why I make this point about how the administration is just totally normalizing this. And I don't think that the comparisons with Nazi Germany are extreme, because that's what happened too. That's why ordinary German citizens began to accept the idea that certain members of their community would be singled out. I mean, they have ICE tip lines, would be directly targeted in violation of the laws of the land, and it would be done by agents of the state. But that's what's happening today in Minneapolis. And I'll tell you, people back home in Massachusetts are very concerned that we could be next.
It's interesting, though. I've gotten, I get direct messages from people who disagree with stuff all the time, and I appreciate that. And a lot of them are saying, well, why don't these people just stay home and let law enforcement just take away all,
take away our freedoms?
Take away these people.
That's not what Americans do. I mean, these are real patriots that I've met here in Minneapolis. Real American patriots, modern-day American heroes who are fighting for freedom against an oppressive government. I mean, I come from a state that's proud of that heritage from the Revolutionary War several hundred years ago when we had to fight off a king. But that's what the people of Minneapolis today are doing as they fight off the Trump administration.
So how does it, what is the end game? Because the administration has not set a number of what their target is of, alleged criminals that they say that they're hunting down.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. I mean, this is political retribution.
That's what is happening here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, if they actually cared about rounding up illegal immigrants, they would go where most of the illegal immigrants are, in Florida or Texas. No surprise, they're not going to those red states. They're terrorizing blue states because the Trump administration is not interested in even its stated mission, whether you agree with it or not. They're just interested in terrorizing their political opponents.
There's a lot of people here who believe the violence is not a byproduct. The violence is the point.
Yes, I think that's right.
You believe that?
That's what it looks like to me. Because what you see is so unbelievably un-American. And the idea that these Customs Border Patrol or ICE agents think that they can get away with this, that they laugh with impunity. They count bullet holes. They brag about what they're doing. No, that really shows that the violence is the point.
Congressman Moulton, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.